That was Mike Vrabel earlier this week receiving a forced standing ovation from season ticket holders in New England. It was kinda awkward. When Mike Vrabel was initially announced, he received one of those polite golf claps from the crowd, similar to the sound that you would hear when Rory McIlroy makes par on 16. Crowd isn't all that impressed, but they still give him a respectful clap. But then, whoever was hosting this event, they demanded that the crowd get on their feet and give Mike Vrabel a standing ovation. And as expected, fans of the New England Patriots, they followed instructions. If I was a fan of the Patriots, I would appreciate Mike Vrabel. I wouldn't give a damn that he was showing Dianna Russini a romantic version of the spread offense. The only thing Patriots fans care about is winning. Who Mike Vrabel does off the field, that's his own business. If I'm a fan of the Patriots, I am praying that Mike Vrabel is able to weather this storm. I'm hoping that he has the strength to extinguish this flaming ass fire. And to his credit, Mike Vrabel so far has promised to remain strong. I'm a fighter. This scandal will have no effect on our season. I pinky promise. You know, in the beginning stages of a crisis, it's easy to fight. It's easy to put up a strong front. It's easy to display strength because your strength hasn't been fully tested. Sometime around Thanksgiving last year, we noticed some behavioral changes in our oldest Yorkie, Chewy. She was hoarding her snacks. It was taking her a while to eat them. By Christmas, she was unable to eat anything hard. She was having a hard time chewing. After multiple visits to our primary care vet, we finally got Chew in to see a specialist in January. They do a biopsy. Chew is diagnosed with cancer on her tongue. Initially, when you get news like that, you're initially filled with dread. You're hopeless. You don't really know what to do because it's out of your control. But then you end up committing yourself to the fight. As long as we were committed, as long as we were positive, Chew was remaining positive. She had been through so much already in her life: multiple ACL surgeries, pancreatitis, multiple infections. Chew was a fighter. Once we got the diagnosis, we had to start feeding Chew by hand. I would feed her in the morning. My wife would feed her in the evenings. Each feeding took at least an hour because we had to clean her mouth after each feeding to get as much of the leftover food cleaned out of her mouth as possible. Plus, it just took her a while to eat because she couldn't really chew the food. She was on a half dozen medications. We were constantly cleaning her drool. The smell was atrocious. Cancer has a very unique smell. It smells like death. But in the beginning stages, everyone was staying positive. Everyone was committed to the fight. Chew was still taking walks with us. She still had her normal bougie, snooty, bitchy attitude that we all loved. But as the journey progressed, after multiple trips up to Auburn for cancer treatment, with each trip taking a minimum of 10 hours, after thousands and thousands of dollars that we spent, after months of spending 2 hours every day feeding Chew by hand, after a while, it starts to wear on you. It's an emotional roller coaster. One day, Chew is feeling great. Next day, not so great. By the 4th month, everyone is tired. Chew had started to make real progress, but then she developed a secondary infection from the radiation on her bottom lip, caused her bottom jaw to shift. Me being selfish, me willing to do everything possible to keep my baby alive, I had an appointment set with a dental specialist to see what our options were to treat it. But as I'm feeding Chew one morning, She is sitting in my lap, refusing to eat. I'm encouraging her to eat, to take a bite so she can take her medicine. She takes a very small bite and damn near chokes to death. She looks up at me and she just stares at me for 2 or 3 minutes. She was telling me, "Let me go." My little fighter who had conquered every medical problem in her life. My little fighter was tired of fighting. I think we're going to see the same thing happen to Mike Vrabel. We are not even a month into this scandal. This is the beginning. Mike Vrabel is committed to the fight. The Patriots, they're committed to supporting him. But as the weeks go on, as more and more information is released, as you wake up every morning dealing with constant questions, dealing with the relentless scrutiny from the media because neither Mike Vrabel or Dianna Russini are willing to give us the full truth, eventually, either Mike Vrabel or the Patriots front office, they are going to reach a point where they are tired of fighting. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Today on the second channel, going to be talking about the preseason debut of Angel Reese. As expected, Angel Reese, once again, one of the worst players on the court. In a league full of players who pretend to play basketball. I'll explain why this is it for Angel Reese. This is a make or break season in terms of Angel Reese being taken seriously as one of the only stars in the WNBA. So if you haven't already, click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. Initially, I thought Mike Vrabel was going to survive this scandal, mainly because I thought Mike Vrabel and Dianna Russini would admit to giving a new perspective to the job of NFL insider. I thought they would be smart enough to admit they were having an affair. In most cases, once the full truth is revealed, people eventually just move on. But if you continue lying, if you exercise your right to remain silent, people will keep looking into your past, and every day, new information will be leaked. Every day, more fuel is poured on the flaming ass fire. Matt Canada is the CEO of Pro Football and Sports Network. Earlier this week, he claimed that Mike Vrabel could resign before training camp. Mike Vrabel has already missed the NFL draft because he was committed to counseling. I am committed to working on myself. I am committed to this long, grueling process, and I will reemerge as the new and improved Mike Vrabel. 2 or 3 days later, Mike Vrabel had already checked himself out of marriage boot camp. I guess he is a quick learner. I guess Mike Vrabel is so emotionally mature, he was able to graduate from marriage boot camp in record time. Even though he graduated from marriage boot camp, that does not mean Mike Vrabel's problems will magically disappear. Hell, he's not a magician, he's a football coach. And as an NFL coach, what is the number one thing they try to eliminate? What is the most potent poison in an NFL locker room? Distractions. Last year, Mike Vrabel credited the Patriots' success to their ability to minimize distractions, their ability to block the outside noise and hold each other accountable. Now, how in the hell is he going to do that this year when Mike Vrabel is the ultimate distraction? How is he going to hold players accountable when Mike Vrabel refuses to hold himself accountable? More importantly, how much longer is Robert Kraft and the Patriots front office willing to deal with this never-ending circus? Mike Vrabel is being harassed at airports. He's being followed by paparazzi, which was news to me. Uncle KC didn't know that paparazzi was still a gainful form of employment. With everyone having cameras, I didn't know that companies still paid people to stalk and take pictures of celebrities. The margin of error in the NFL is microscopic. Going into the season, on paper, every team in the league is pretty much even. They're balanced. Although we have seen an increase in blowouts in recent years, historically, most NFL games are decided by 3 to 6 points. There is no room for error. There's no room for distractions, especially when the distractions are coming from the guy who's responsible for eliminating the distractions. Remember a few years ago when Urban Meyer was coaching in Jacksonville? The Jags sucked. They started the season 0-5, and most of those losses, the Jags were getting their ass kicked. Going into October, a video was released of Urban Meyer getting a bit frisky with a young woman at his restaurant and bar in Ohio. Not only was the young woman not his wife, the video was taken the same night that the Jags lost to the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. Instead of getting on the team plane and flying home to Jacksonville with the team, Urban Meyer's out fraternizing with college girls while taking Metamucil to boost digestive health. He's damn near 60 years old, and he's out drinking with college kids. Initially, the Jags, they were willing to stand by and support Urban Meyer. It was his first season in Jacksonville. Right after the scandal, the team united around Urban Meyer and won their first game of the season. But over the next few weeks, more and more information started to leak about Urban Meyer. Josh Lambo, the Jags kicker, he accused Urban Meyer of being physically abusive. His approach to coaching, which worked really well at Florida, wasn't working at the NFL level. After 2 months of dealing with the never-ending scandal, Jags decided to fire Urban Meyer in early December. Right now, Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, they are unified. Right now, they are dealing with the scandal at full strength. But how long will this be sustainable? Minicamp starts next month. The offseason is coming to an end. Mike Vrabel, he'll be in front of the media damn near every day. How long before more information is leaked to the media? Mike Vrabel had a 6-year relationship with Dianna Russini. I would imagine that they went on a lot of girls' trips in those 6 years. Every time a new picture is leaked, the ass fire grows. Every time Mike Vrabel is seen in public, the ass fire grows. How long will Mike Vrabel be able to withstand it? More importantly, how long will the Patriots as an organization be willing to tolerate it? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.